Hello everybody, I am here at the Rockland Service Center for Tesla, of course, and the reason I'm here is my Model 3 is fine. It's just that I noticed when I first got the car that there were some bubbles, if you will, within the paint, and I suppose I should have addressed it from the very beginning, but I didn't. And I decided that now that some of those bubbles have kind of popped, if you will, there's a little bit more exposed metal. It could become a rust issue. It could become more chipping. So I thought this is probably something I should get addressed right away, get addressed now. So I set up an appointment through the app with the latest version, and it went flawlessly. It wasn't a problem. However, I live a little over 2 hours away from the service center and happen to be in Sacramento for the weekend with my family. And I thought, you know what? It's Saturday. My appointment's for Monday. I'm going to see if they'll let me take it in a few days early. And in fact, they did. They didn't have any problem with it. So I drove out here, dropped the family off at, minus of course my son over here, dropped them off at the, there he is popping his head up, dropped them off at the mall. And of course I'm over here. And what the guy told me at the service center after we kind of did a walkthrough, we looked at all the issues and the problems with the paint. And he said, yeah, you know what, we can do this, shouldn't be a problem. And they got me a loaner car. They got me a Tesla Model S 75D. Not a bad car. My son was very excited about that. We get a different car, and so it'll be kind of fun to play around with this. And I may even do a little bit of a review on this, because this is what he told me. He said it would take about a week. So I'm going to have this car in my possession for about a week, and I'll try to maybe kind of do a comparison and contrast of the Model S and the Model 3 and all that good stuff. But in the meantime, I'm also going to keep you updated with my experience using the service center, and we'll see if there's any painful parts of the process, if it's painless. But like I said, for me, I'm not complaining about the fact that it could take over a week, because as long as they give me a decent loaner car, I'm cool with it. And I'm happy with this Tesla Model S 75D. So again, I'm signing off for now, but of course I'll be back with more information about this process. Okay, I'm at the Tesla Service Center, and I was a little worried about time, getting here on time, but we actually were able to make it. And I got in here, there are a lot of grim faces because there seemed to be quite a bit of a line. So I've been waiting for about 10-15 minutes, no big deal. But I am next in line to pick up my car, so we'll kind of see how it all kind of turned out. So till then, let's see what happens. It's not like, I guess it's like any other service center or waiting to get your car right. You have to wait a few minutes before you can get serviced, right? So still no complaints just yet. We'll see what happens. Okay, just gonna check in the job here and make sure that they did the side view mirrors. Looks like they did. And the front, you know, as I look at it closely, I don't see any imperfections. Kind of hard to tell in this light. Maybe once we get home, I can kind of get a better perspective. But there was a spot between the headlight and in the paint that there was an area that was, so it looks like that has been painted over, covered up a little bit. But as of right now, it looks pretty good. I don't see any bubbles. I don't see any chips or anything like that. So hopefully this resolves the problem. I'm gonna go ahead and do a little quick update here while I'm waiting for charging. Yes, it is a real thing. You've heard about it. All the superchargers are full. Now there's one that looked like it's open over there, but it's a bad charger, so it wouldn't let me charge up. So that's a bit of a bummer. So in the meantime, I've got to wait. My wife wanted to go shopping at the mall, so we are gonna wait here until we can plug in, do a little bit of shopping, and then come back before it's fully charged. But so far, so good. I'll tell you this. I cannot say anything bad about my experience with the service center in Rockland, California. From the beginning process to the end, I can't say that I ran into any snags or any problems. I mean, like I say, from the very beginning, I went onto the app and I set up my appointment, and it was about a 2-week waiting period that I had to wait until I could get into the service center. So that wasn't too big of a deal. It wasn't a pressing issue, so it was not a big deal. And then of course I went in there 2 days before my appointment because I happened to be in Sacramento, and they went ahead and took the car anyway. What they told me, and I said it in the video after I dropped the car off, that it would take about a week, and indeed it took 1 week. And so it took as long as they promised for me to get my car back. And so far, so good. I showed you that video earlier as far as the overall results of the paint itself, and it looks really good. Now, one of the things that I was talking about when I was over there I ran into a couple that had the same issue. They had the bubbles in the paint, they had it repaired, and then they had some paint chipping off on their blue Model 3 after they had it serviced with the same company or the same service center I did. So I'm going to have to see what happens, kind of give it some time, and really keep a close eye on it over the coming weeks. But opening, but there isn't. So that's kind of my overall. I mean, I give it a thumbs up. I mean, 1 out of 10, I give it a 10. Like I say, I don't have any complaints about the overall service. Customer service was great. They were very responsive. It was all text. I didn't talk to one service representative really. It was all texts. They just kind of kept me informed with the daily status. It's in the paint shop. It's in the paint shop every day. They told me. And then of course when it was finally, we're going to pull in there and realize that the charger is broken. Sorry. But anyway, so yeah, they kept me informed during the process. Each day I got a text kind of informing of the progress, and I knew what was going on. And then lo and behold, I came in and I had to wait about 15-20 minutes before I could win my place in line and got to pick up my car. And like I said, so far so good with the car. So we'll kind of keep you informed with that. So I'm going to kind of wrap things up here a little bit here, and then kind of give you another quick wrap up if anything should happen. But all in all, thumbs up. Pretty good. Can't complain. Okay, now that I'm back at home and had a chance to kind of check over everything, I thought I'd go over the invoice with you and kind of give it an idea of everything that they went over here. So job number 1, you can see this is actually the description of what I wrote in the app upon kind of getting everything ready for the service. And it's pretty much everything that I said here. And basically I was talking about the bubbles in the paint, and for lack of a better term, there was those bubbles popped, and they said correction paint sublet, which of course what that tells me is that I think that means that they used a company outside of Tesla to do the job, and it says it was 0 pay type warranty. Now job number 2 was they checked the tire pressure per California mandate. That's something they've got to do anyway, so that of course was free. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at job number 3. And this was actually what they call a courtesy inspection. So they said they pulled logs and checked for faults. No faults were found. Checked firmware version, updated latest version, topped off washer fluid, verified wiper and washer jet operation, good, no issue. Checked all seat belts and latches, tested and inspected customer charge cable, good, no issue. Vehicle charged normally and adjusted tire pressure. So what's interesting about this is that as I read all of these are part of their kind of their regular maintenance, part of their maintenance schedule. So these are all things that eventually would be checked at a price. And you can see right here, it says pay type Goodwill service. So I guess I'm part of Goodwill, or they performed a Goodwill for me. All right, let's see what else here. Oh, I think there was something else in there too. It said, does it say anything here? Oh yeah, checked firmware version. Now what's interesting, it says, checked firmware version, updated to latest version. Now, I don't know when they checked this and when they did this, because somewhere around the middle of last week, I did get an update on my phone and in the app saying that the latest version was available and that I could download it if I wanted to, but I decided to wait until I got it in my possession. So again, that was the middle of the week. So if they did this courtesy inspection before Wednesday of last week, then indeed it was updated to the latest version. However, if they did this inspection Thursday or Friday of last week, then it was not updated. So it just depends on when they did that. And there's no date on here as far as when they did that courtesy inspection. All right, job number 4, readjust hood latch. Completed Model 3 hood latch inspection and rework bulletin performed. Hood latch shimmed and adjusted. Correction, modify underhood storage unit and shim hood latch assembly, and it says pay type warranty. So this must have been an issue that they may have noticed that may not have been a big deal, and why they didn't feel like it was necessary to bring in all the Tesla Model 3s, but it may be something that they're doing with some of the cars that they notice have a little bit of I guess it was just kind of not aligned properly. I don't know, I checked it. It's still the same frunk closing process, right? Just a little bit of a pain, not a big fan of it. But I don't know, if I really were to think about it, maybe it is a little bit easier to close, I don't know. All right, number 5, it says paint blemishes on both side mirrors. Dent Wizard performed repairs on mirror caps, correction paint sublet. Again, I think they use the outside service to do that. And it says paint type rectification, $0. And that was it. So 5 total jobs here that they did. So you've got the 000. It says all, of course, the different subparts, parts, total parts, shipping, referral credit, blah, 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 all that good stuff. And it all came to $0. That's what I like to see. But yeah, so I just wanted to kind of take you through some of the paperwork, or the paperwork that they gave back to me. And it looks like everything, for the most part, was done that they said was done on here. Okay, I am finally wrapping up this video. And of course, the first thing I have to point out, beautiful sunny day here in Northern California. Temperature as we speak is about 56 degrees. We're expecting highs in the low to mid 60s this afternoon. Just went for a run and I feel great. So some good weather for anything to do outside, including inspecting my car. Now, of course, as you know, I took it in for the paint issues that I had, and of course, I'm not going to go into too much detail about that. In the end, what I saw is a good paint job. I went around the entire car and really did a full thorough inspection, and I could not find any blemishes. I couldn't find any bumps, any issues whatsoever. And as I look at it, it is the beautiful paint job right out of the factory. You've got that pearl white color with the glittery look to it once you put it out in the sun. So again, wrapping it all up, I'm very happy with my Tesla Service Center service. So I'd love to hear your experience. Did you have a bad experience? Did you have a good experience? Did you have a mediocre experience? I'd love to hear it. I'd love to hear some of these legitimate complaints and of course some of the good positive experiences people have had. So yeah, that's it. Again, I'm a very happy customer. I can only speak from my experience, and it was a good one. So that's it for now. That's it for this video. You know the drill. Like, subscribe, or use my referral code if you can. That'd be great. All right, until my next video, stay positively charged.